Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Michelle Zari and I am talking about the biggest misconceptions about getting fit today. The reason why I want to talk about this is so that you can be prepared for what it takes to actually get there. I think sometimes we just look at somebody who's fit and we think, oh, it comes easy to them, or whatever kind of misconceptions that we have. I'm gonna talk about them and debunk them. So hopefully it can help you in your journey. If you know what to expect, then you know what it takes to become fit. I think oftentimes, if we have an unrealistic picture of what it's gonna feel like, then when it gets hard or when it gets tough or when it becomes unexpected, then we give up. So that's why I wanna make it real for you guys, so you know what it takes to get fit and stay fit. All right, let's go over the 8 points. Point number 1, you always wanna work out. So not true, so not true. I think in your fitness journey, you have to continuously convince yourself to work out. You have to kind of play mind games forever. I know that sounds weird, and it's like, well, what's the point if it's so hard and if it never gets easier? I have to admit you'll go through kind of phases where it feels easier, but then you'll come back out and you'll have to kind of power through and convince yourself to do it. There's so many distractions, so many other things you can do, and if it was easy, then everybody would be super fit, right? Especially in how today's society is built, like it's a lot easier just to sit and watch Netflix, or just to do nothing. Or there's probably 1,000 other things that you could find that you could do, you know, or just sit there and eat a bag of chips. I mean, that sounds a lot easier and a lot more fun, kind of. That's normal to feel that way. But you have to continuously use kind of mind tricks, because what feels better after? You feel really good after the workout. You don't feel so good after skipping it, binging Netflix nonstop, or eating the full bag of chips. That doesn't feel good. Delayed gratification, right? You wanna do what feels better in the long run. You can use wherever you're good in your regular life to thrive here. So let's say if you're really meticulous with cleaning, you can use that same drive, that same commitment, that same mental discipline towards your workouts. Just think about where you're really committed and what you do, you know, on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and how you could use those tools to help you become more fit. Let's say if every day you wake up and you put on makeup and you do your hair. That takes commitment. I'm sure there's days that you don't feel like it, but you know you're gonna feel better afterwards. Let's say if that's the case for you. So you use those same tools towards working out. You may not feel like it at the moment, but you're gonna really feel good, feel better afterwards, and in the long run, it's gonna be worth it. So you do have to continually convince yourself to work out. Number 2, you get to eat whatever you want. I wish this was true. I wish this was true, but it is not. Just because you're lifting weights 3 times a week or whatever, I've noticed that a lot of people think that they can just eat whatever they want and see the results that they want. That's just not the case. In time, I'd say that now I eat whatever I want, but whatever I want is healthy. So most of the time I'm making really, really healthy choices. Because it's the same thing, if you feel like crap after eating something that's not good for you, then when you're trying to get healthier, when you're trying to feel better, you're gonna slowly cut those things out. So when I have new people coming in and they think, hey, I worked out 3 times this week, why can't I have that muffin? Why can't I have cake when I want it? You know, it's like, well, if you're trying to lose weight, you need to be in a deficit. You can't out-train a bad diet. In your workout, you're trying to boost your metabolism, you're trying to build strength, but you can still keep body fat on if you're not really changing your diet enough. So unfortunately, if you want to see results, you're going to have to make big nutritional changes. Point number 3, lifting weights is enough. I almost didn't put this one here, but I'd say for most people, it's not enough. Sure, for some people, maybe it is, because maybe they're quite active in the rest of their life. But for most people, when they start lifting weights, what I've noticed is they kind of cut down the rest of their activity. And that's not the point. You want to keep moving your body. I'm not saying cardio. You guys know I don't really prescribe cardio ever. I prescribe like walking and moving your body in ways that feel good. But the most fit people move their body pretty much every single day in different ways. Like rest days, I'm trying to go for walks. I'm trying to do mobility or stretching or yoga. Or I'm doing something really fun like rollerblading recently I've gotten into, or paddleboarding. I'm just trying to move my body in ways that maybe doesn't feel like a workout. Maybe it's landscaping, I don't know. But just lifting weights and then not moving your body the rest of the week is just not enough movement. Let's say if it's 3 workouts, 45 minutes, It's just not enough movement. You do want to move every day. And that doesn't mean lifting weights every day. I don't want to see you in the gym more than 3 times a week. But ideally, finding something you love outside of the gym is the best way to become a fit person. Number 4, you can reach health status, your fit status in a year. That is not true. That is not true. What I've noticed as a trainer, and even for myself or for my clients, is like there's a level of health and fitness and knowledge that every time you level up, you see that there's another level and another level and another level, right? You're not gonna start from point Z and be able to go to point A. It's too much. Okay, so I wanna try to be a bit more clear here before I continue with this point, because I don't know if I was clear enough. So what I was trying to say here is that your goals are gonna continuously change. They're gonna evolve, whether you want them to or not. Most people, when they start exercising, it's just for an aesthetic reason, for how they look, usually to build muscle, they want to lose weight, something like that. Then as they continue on with their journey, oftentimes, let's say they reach their goals, even if they don't, they start to realize that maybe that's not all that matters, and maybe they care more about how they feel versus how they look. And so now, instead of just focusing on eating low-calorie foods, they want to feel good. So now they want to educate themselves on finding out what types of food has different types of nutrition, and what type of different exercise can make them feel good versus just burn calories. I hope that helps. Back to the video. Knowledge is infinite. So at first you might be really curious about food for calories and health based on macros to make sure you're not eating junk. And then you might get more interested in nutrients and vitamins and understanding, you know, what different types of food have different types of nutrition. Same thing with workouts. You'll at first just go through the motions, and then the more you can learn and build your knowledge base, it's gonna help you level up. It's gonna help you get more and more and more and more fit. Even now, I am still learning. I can learn forever, it feels like, which is actually really inspiring because you never get bored. If I'm interested in a certain topic, I can deep dive into that topic and learn even more. And knowledge is power. So the more you learn, the more fit, the more healthy you're gonna be in the long run. You're not ever gonna stop learning. Even from when I became a trainer 15 years ago, a lot of stuff changes. You kind of want to keep up with the science, but at the same time, science is always changing. So you need to kind of trial by error and see what works for you. Learning is a huge key to becoming really fit. But like I said, there's kind of like a level that you can always level up and always learn more. Number 5, going through the motions is enough. No, it kind of goes in my last point, but you need to learn. You need to learn about the movements. You need to learn about which muscle groups you're hitting during the movements. It's what I've noticed is that the clients that are interested in learning, the clients that are trying to understand the muscle, trying to understand the workouts, they are the ones seeing the most long-term success. So you can't just go through it with your mind shut. You really need to go through it and think about learning the form, learning the muscles, learning the tempo. And if you have questions, ask your trainer, like, why are we doing this tempo? Why are we hitting this muscle group? Those questions and answers, like, it makes a difference in your knowledge, and knowledge is power. And the more you understand why we're doing a certain workout, why we're choosing this exercise based on what muscle groups it's hitting, you're gonna be empowered to be more fit, right? You're not gonna be the fittest, healthiest person if you don't understand exercises and the workouts. Number 6, you need to kill yourself every workout. And that is not true. You don't need to destroy yourself every workout. As you get more and more fit, you need more stimulus to make it hard. So technically I am using, more weights than I've ever used, but maybe my max is here, and on some days, I might not lift my maximum every day, and that's fine. Maybe some days I do choose a little lighter load. That's okay. That's not what I'm talking about here. You don't need to kill yourself so much that you hate it. But at the same point, you can't just half-ass it, right? So if I'm using lighter load, maybe I'm slowing down the tempo. Maybe if I don't feel like using any weight, I'm doing a lot of challenging body weight movements that day. Maybe like single leg pistol squats, just working on, different technical stuff. If I'm not feeling like heavy weight, but you still need to find a way to challenge your body, not half-ass it, and do what you can the best on that day. No, I don't leave every workout like dead, but I always try to find a way to make it challenging for how I'm feeling on that day. Number 7, you need to starve yourself to get lean, which I think that most of us know that that's not true. But ideally, people who are really fit, really healthy, they're usually not trying to let themselves get really starving or super full. So usually they try to eat before they're so hungry, and usually they just try to stop eating before they're super full. What this does is just helps you make a better decision. When you're so hungry, you're less likely to care and you're just gonna eat whatever you find. So that's one trick that I use for sure all the time. I've noticed it for me. If I'm so freaking hungry, I will eat anything. I don't care. And then it's harder to stop eating when you're that hungry. So ideally, fit people, you'll see them, you know, have really good hunger cues. Like they're really good at listening like to their body and being like, hey, I need to eat something, even though they may not be starving yet. So the more you work at this, the better you're gonna be at it. But that's why you'll see them maybe be better at portion control and make better decisions, because if I choose my meal before I'm starving, I'll choose something healthy. And last point, rest is crucial. As much as I do believe rest is important, it is important, but it's not the be all end all. I don't really believe in laying there and doing nothing all day. I do it. Yes, I do it. Usually it's based on hormonal reasons that I just cannot move. I'm not saying you should feel guilty about it, but if you are trying to become your most fit, your most healthy self, your rest days from the gym should be somewhat active. So maybe a rest day could be going to yoga, going for a walk. These active recoveries, they will help you get more results. I think most of society, to be honest, rests too much already. So I don't know if we really need to push for most people to rest a lot. If you have a tendency to be an over-exerciser, like when I used to think cardio was really important, I would try to work out like every single day. I was a lot less lean then because you don't give your body enough time to recover, and recovering is where you burn fat and build muscle. So that's why sleep is so crucial too, because that's when everything is actually doing what it needs to do. But I just think the more you move your body, the easier weight training is gonna be. I've noticed when I'm not going for my walks, I'm not doing my stretches, my weights are really tough. And I've noticed that with my clients. The ones who are not active enough in between their workouts, they come back in for their first workout of the week, like after a weekend of being lazy, and they are struggling. So if you don't wanna struggle every day one, you should be moving your body in some sort of way most days. But let me be clear, I do have days where I do nothing. I just try not to have them every week. I'd probably say twice a month I might do absolutely nothing for a full day, maybe 3 max. But most of the time I'm trying to at least go for a walk. All right guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and it gave you some insight, because if you know what to expect, it's, you know, you still have to be disciplined. You still have to fight for being healthy. You still have to fight for fitness. You have to learn. You have to really crave that knowledge to get better in anything you do in all aspects of life. If you're dedicated to the craft, then you're dedicated not just in doing it, but learning it. And that takes time and patience and dedication and sticking with it even when you don't want to. And in time, when you look back, you'll be like, whoa, I just worked out for a year, 2 years, 3 years. And then you become a super fit person. You can't expect to be a super fit person and have super unhealthy eating habits or be super inactive outside of the gym. Think about it. Let me know if there's any misconceptions that you've noticed down below. I'd love to see them. What other misconceptions people have about getting super fit. Side note, I've been putting so much time on my new program, One Fit Bitch. It's for at home or gym workouts. You can do both actually. You get both of them when you sign up. It's month by month and it's 30 bucks a month maximum. And if you sign up for more, then it can come all the way down to $20 a month. If you want to see more of me, if you want to work out with me, that is the best way right now. I honestly feel like it's leveled up my own training with just 3 times a week, 45 minutes. So there'll be a link down below. All right, check out my One Fit Bitch program. I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.